Hello students, now we solve normal distribution example. How to apply the normal distribution, how to calculate required probabilities by using the normal distribution table. Look at here, this is one example as far as application of the normal distribution is concerned. What is the question? If x follows normal 12 comma 16, find the following probabilities. Number 1, probability of x taking all the values which are greater than or equal to 20. Probability of x taking all the values which are less than or equal to 20. Probability of x lying between 0 to 12. Okay. Now let us go for solving these problems. Before that, actually what is given to you, as you know through the discussion, if x follows normal 12 comma 16, that indicates that they already provided what is that information, that is mean. Here how do we denote by means of a special symbol mu? What you call that? Mu. Mu. Okay, so what is its value? 12. Same way variance. So according to our notations, sigma square. In the theory we came to know, which is nothing but what? 16. Therefore, what is standard deviation becomes? Standard deviation nothing but the square root of variance. So what is this? Sigma. So here what is that? Square root of 16. So what is its value? Nothing but 4. So now what you got? Standard deviation also we calculated from the given information. Now we go for application of the first problem. Calculation of the probability. Probability of x taking greater than or equal to 20. So this is the first probability provided to you. Remember that whenever a problem is given to, immediately that x variate z value you need to calculate. Okay. So here whatever symbol it will be, assume that for z value calculation as equal only. So what is that? If x is equal to 20, then what happens? Z is equal to, so what is the formula? X minus mu by sigma. That is equal to, what is x here? That is, one more time writing, x minus, what is the mu here? 12 by what is the sigma value? 4. So here what happens now? That is 20 minus 12 by 4. Okay. So 20 minus 12 is nothing but minus 8. So what is that? 20 minus 12 is nothing but 8. 8 by 4. What do you get here? 2. This is important. So what is the meaning of that? If the normal distribution takes 20, then the standard normal distribution takes 2. That means we simplified. The 20 we converted into a standard form 2. So when we know the standard value of the normal variate, the standard normal variate value of the normal variate, then you can apply the what you called the tabular values to get the probabilities. So before that, actually what is required? These implies probability of x taking all the values which are greater than or equal to 20 becomes equal to, now probability of, now we converted the normal variate into a one more form, what to call that? Standard normal variate. So this probability is equal to probability of taking z, okay, more than or equal to, instead of 20, what you write here now? 2. This step is very, very important. Getting my point? So simply what we did here, we converted the normal variate into a standard normal variate value. Again we took the given probability, now relate a normal variate with that of the standard normal variate. Then the immediate thing you need to do is nothing but formation of the bell-shaped curve. Unless otherwise you draw the bell-shaped curve, it's very difficult to understand the normal distribution problems. Okay. Now all of you look at here. What is the bell-shaped curve for this one? So that is equal to. So what is the probability is required in terms of what you call the bell-shaped curve? Yes, edges will not touch because still some undefined probability is there, more than 3 sigmas, minus 3 sigma plus 3 sigma, some undefined probability information is there. Hence the x-axis should not touch by the tails of the curve. Okay. Now this is going to the middle value. Then this is the standard normal variate curve. The middle value always 0.0. Now this is going to be the what you called minus 2. This is going to be the what you called the plus 2. Okay. So you know this, we calculated in the last video. So whatever values are there for the normal variate, accordingly converted into a standard normal variate. So plus 2 minus 2. Okay. Now what is the probability is required now? The probability required by this question is more than 2. So what is the z value is more than 2. 2 and more than 2. 2 and more than 2. So what is that information I am shading here? This one. Okay. So actually the required probability is this portion. Okay. Now according to this, we came to know that all the values have been converted into what you called so these are the actual probability values I explained, isn't it? So what is the last bigger value? 99%. Means nothing but the entire almost equal to 100%. Hence what is happening? This entire curve area we are assuming as 100% or else 1. By converting into decimal becomes what you call the 1. If this entire area is 1, okay. If this entire area is going to be 1, only this side how much will be there? 0.5. For this line. For this line, what would be the area of the left hand side? Going to be again 0.5. So this side 0.5, this side 0.5. The total we are going to get what we call the 1. Because the total probability is equal to 1. So we are applying this what we call property here. Now actually the required probability is the shaded region. Okay. And we know from the what we call discussion. What is the discussion? Okay. This entire half area we know. This entire half area is nothing but 0.5. We know the entire half area. and also we subtract only this area probability from the tables. Then what do you get here? We are absolutely getting the required answer. Getting my point? From where you get this 0 to 2 probability? From the tables. Unless otherwise you understand this logic, you cannot do the normal distribution problems. What is that? The entire area we are assuming as 1 because total probability is equal to 1. So to this middle line, the right hand side area is going to be 0.5. To this middle line, the left hand side area is going to be 0.5. Strictly speaking, I should say minus 0.5, but area cannot be measured in minus 0.5 in terms of negative sense. So even the negative value also we are assuming as a positive only. Okay. Now what we do now? From the entire area, how much is there? 0.5. Up to this whatever probability is there, we subtract, we get the answer. So how to write that? All of you observe. So next step, very, very important step, connecting step. So what I am writing? So that is equal to. So this entire half area we know. What is it? 0.5 minus. And up to this, what is that probability? How to create now probability? The probability value is going to be 0 to 2. So how to write? Probability of, because these are z values, converted x values, 0 less than or equal to z less than or equal to 2 probability. So logic, understanding logic is very, very important. Okay, this entire half minus this value I am going to subtract, then the wanted portion I am going to get. How to get that answer? Now all of you look at here these tables. So always remember that one very, very important point. While reading the values from the table, you should consider the left hand side margin the higher limit and topmost margin values as your lower limit. Now in this probability, what is the higher limit? 2. That means we are taking 2 as the correspondence on the left hand side margin. And what is the lower limit? 0. 0 will become your what you call the topmost value. Now look at here, the 2 higher limit and correspondingly 0, 0. So what is the value? Carefully look at here. 0.4772. 2 under 0, because the higher limit is 2, the lower limit is 0. 0.00 means 0 only. Okay. The corresponding value, what is that? 0.4772, which is nothing but the probability. So we are not applying actually the formula. Already probability values have been calculated and tabulated like this. Directly we are reading out. So what is the value we are going to get now? Okay. So which is nothing but 0.5 minus 0.4772. Okay. So the answer is going to be 0.9772. So here what is that? Subtraction. So the answer is going to be 0.0228. So this is the probability. Very simple. Only thing what you need to understand here, how to draw the picture. The shading is going to depend upon the wanted probability. So according to the probability, you shade the region, and logically you understand that, and based upon that create the formula and read out the probability values from the table and go for further operations. Understand? Very simple. Only thing is what is required, you should understand the creation of the what we call this bell-shaped curve. Now you go for the second problem. So what is that? Probability of x taking less than or equal to 20. So all values are with you, but the picture is going to change here. So as usual, we already know. So if x is equal to 20, what is the z value is going to be? 2. Okay. Then directly I am writing this. So probability of x taking less than or equal to 20. Then what happens here? Becomes probability of z taking less than or equal to 2. Why? Since previous calculation. So based upon this, we directly know that so x20 becomes z is equal to 2. Then what is the probability is going to be now? Draw the picture, bell-shaped curve. Remember that the drawing the bell-shaped curve is not the rough work while solving the normal distribution problems. It is also should be drawn in the main area. So this is 0, this is minus 2 value, this is plus 2 value. So this is plus 2, this entire probability is required. Then what is the shading is going to be? Less than or equal to 2. 2 less than or equal to. 2 greater than or equal to. So 2 less than or equal to means all this area, complete area is going to be required. So all the values required. So like this neatly need to shade. Okay. Now as already you know total probability is equal to 1. The left hand side for this bar is 0.5 and this probability we read out from the tables. So directly what I am writing now, this part we know 0.5 plus. Now how to write this part? Just like previous step. But instead of minus, what you are getting plus here, that is a change. But why here minus, why here plus, you should understand that logic. Probability of 0 less than or equal to z less than or equal to 2. So what do you get here? 0.5 plus 0.4772. So by adding here, what do you get here? 0.9772. So this is the probability. 97%. Here 2%. So this is the third bit. Sorry, what is that? Second bit. Now you go for the third bit. So what is the specialty of the third bit? Here two limits have been given. Lower limit is there, higher limit is there. For both the limits, we need to calculate the z values. If x is equal to 0, what is the z value? If x is equal to 12, what is the z value? And like that, we proceed further. In the first problem, only single limit, but symbol is greater than or equal to. The second problem also single limit, but the sign is less than or equal to. So in a single problem, I covered, understanding different shades. Okay. Now let us go for the next bit. bit 3. So probability of 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 12. So this is the problem. Now calculate for every value of x. If x is equal to 0, this implies z is equal to, okay, what is that? X minus mu by sigma. I am writing one more time formula. So what is that? X minus, what is mu given here? 12 by what is standard deviation? 4. I am just expanding, in order to write all the steps for understanding purpose. Then what happens? What is x actually? 0. 0 minus 12 by 4. So minus 12 by 4. So what do you get here? Minus 3. So if x takes 0, then what is the z is going to take? Minus 3. Now same way for 12 also you calculate. If x takes 12, this implies what is z is going to take? So x minus 12 by 4, substitution I am writing. Now what is the x value? 12. So what do you get here? 12 minus 12 by 4. Nothing but 0 by 4. Nothing but 0. Anything by 0 is 0. Okay? That means if x takes 12, the z takes 0. Now we substitute these minus 3 0 here. Now these implies probability of 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 12 becomes, in terms of z we write probability of, what is the 0 converted into minus 3, okay, less than or equal to, instead of x becomes z, less than or equal to, the 12 become what we call 0. Okay. So these implies immediately what is required now? Draw the bell-shaped curve. It's not the rough one. Careful. So total probability is 1. So this line, right side is 0.5 total area, left side is 0.5. Now what is required? If this is 0, we required this area. So this here, the left side is going to be minus 3. Okay. So what is the area actually required? So minus 3 to 0. So this is the shaded region you require. But remember that areas will not be measured in negatives. That means here the negative side area is equal to positive side area. That's why here one more picture I am going to give. This picture is equal to, now the same area I am drawing in the right hand side. This is 0. Here what you get? Minus 3. If you go to that side, it becomes plus 3. Am I right? So this area actually required. Don't compare diagrams. Okay? You understand logic. That means this area is equal to this area actually. But you know how to get this area. So how to write again in the symbolic language? Nothing but probability of. So now here what is the lower limit? 0 less than or equal to z less than or equal to 3. Plus 3 or only 3. Either way you can write. Okay. Now that is equal to. That's all. Now we are at the end of this. Now read out from the table. So what is the higher limit here? 3. What is the lower limit here? 0. Now from the table, okay. So what is the higher limit? 3. 3.0 means 3. So 3.0 means 3. The lower limit is 0.00 means 0. What is the corresponding value? 0.4987. So what is the probability? 0.4987. Higher limit is 3, lower limit is 0. The corresponding value 0.4987. Okay. Now we substitute here. What is that? 0.4987. That's all. This is the way to get probability values under normal distribution. So as far as the binomial Poisson is concerned, you are going to get the values directly. For them also actually tables are available. NCR tables are available. Exponential tables are available. But exclusively as far as the normal distribution is concerned, you need to draw the bell-shaped curve. You should understand the logic behind this probability, logic behind the shading of the area. When you are clearly understand this, then writing the probability becomes easy. Then read out from the table, you will get the answer. Okay. So this is first problem. Greater than or equal to type. The second problem, less than or equal to type. And this is third problem with two limits. Okay. So what is important? Drawing the curve is so important, bell-shaped curve. And accordingly you need to shade. So areas means if the negative side is there, that also you need to convert into positive side. While reading the tables, first you need to take on left hand side the higher limit, on top row you need to compare with the lower limit. Okay. So this is an example of the normal distribution. Okay. Thank you so much.